In this section of the course, we are going to look at how to verify the profitability of your product ideas. Now, you should have a list of viable products. Now, your initial list of say 30 or 40 ideas, is likely to have been trimmed down by half at least, because not all your initial ideas would have been viable according to the criteria set out in the previous section of the course. So you've got your trimmed down list, and the next thing we need to do is to check that there are suppliers for these products, and to find out roughly what the cost per product unit will be. So the way we do this is to go to Alibaba.com, and taking the example of yoga blocks again, we just type in yoga blocks. I've already done this, press search, and then we get a list of potential products and suppliers. Now we don't want to look too deeply into it. We just want to check that what price will be for the actual product, roughly. So looking at this, it looks as though it's going to be roughly $1 per block. And so if we're selling 2 blocks in one product, then we know that the actual product cost is going to be $2. And I think it would probably be wise maybe just to add another $1 onto that for packaging and so forth. So we know that each yoga block product is going to cost us roughly $3. Now with that information, just going back to the spreadsheet, we need to go to sales calc. And what we're going to be doing, and it's important to mention this now, is we're going to be selling the products more expensively than other people. So we're going to be selling premium. We don't want to sell cheap. We want to sell premium, because premium products, more expensive products, generally tend to sell more than cheaper products, but we'll go into that a little later on. So once we've done that, we need to go to sales calc, and I've given a link for this in the manual. Now for yoga, the idea of sales calc, or the Amazon tool, is to essentially find out if you're selling a particular product for a certain price on Amazon, whether it's going to be profitable. So let's take the example of yoga blocks again. So what we would need to do is to find the correct category, which in this case would be sports. The sale price. Now the sale price we would need to, because we're going premium, like I just said, we need to be more expensive. We would look at the products in the spreadsheet and add 50% to the most expensive product, which is currently listed in Amazon in the search results when the main seed keyword is searched for. So for instance, if the most expensive yoga block product was $15, we would add roughly $7 onto the top of that. So our sale price would be roughly $29.95, something like that. Weight. You can usually find this out by looking at a different product. It sometimes gives the weight. You can also look at the manufacturer. The information may give an Alibaba to determine the weight of each block. Let's just say it's £3. Shipping method, just keep it as domestic standard. Shipping price, it kind of depends, but I think you can. Actually, it gives $5.99 as a standard domestic price now. But it doesn't really matter, because that doesn't really. It does determine what your profit will be, but that's kind of up to Amazon and up to the customer. So we need to tick Pro Merchant subscriber, because that's what you will be when you sign up to Amazon. So the cost to acquire, that will be what we just determined by looking at Alibaba. So the cost to acquire would be, let's say, $3. The cost to ship, and this is per individual product. So if we had, say, 500 yoga blocks, and the shipping was 500 in total, that's going to mean it's going to be $1 per block. If we're selling 2 blocks, let's just say the shipping is going to be $2. Desired profit, we don't need to worry about that, because we're actually you can add this information in, but we're doing it the other way round. So we've now determined that we're going to be selling the yoga blocks at $22.95. The weight's £3. Shipping domestic standard. Again, it doesn't really matter too much about that. It does make a difference, but like I say, just set up whatever it is for domestic standard. Pro Merchant, $3 to acquire, $2 to ship. Now, once we've entered all of that information in, we can see what we're actually going to be making. So the proceeds, which are the sale price plus the shipping, will be $28.94. So that's what the customer will be paying. The cost for the actual item, shipping, Amazon fees, and the Amazon fees is a percentage, 15% of the total proceeds will be $4.34. Basically, our net profit in this instance is going to be $19.60, which is a margin of almost 70%. So we know that this product is going to be profitable. So it's definitely got potential. If we're selling at that price and we're buying at $3 each, and shipping is going to be $2 per product from China to the United States. So there's definitely a lot of potential here. Very high margins once a product is sold. So this is looking in this instance it's looking good. So in the rest of the manual, I've actually just run through this as giving another example of yoga mats, but hopefully you can sort of see how to do this and how to determine whether a product is going to be profitable or not. Once you've done that, you just need to sort of make a note of these in your spreadsheet just to say yes, is it going to be profitable or not. And then once we move on to determining what products you're going to move ahead with for the final part of the research, this is going to help.